Hey, what's up? It's Chrissy Condom Head. I am coming to the UK and Europe. We're coming to Belfast, Birmingham, Manchester, Glasgow, Dublin, London. We're coming, babe. ChrisDComedy.com for KiWiCos. First 2 weeks of June. That's when I'm coming. Find your city. I may even add shows. It's possible. But go get the KiWiCos. They are on sale everywhere now. ChrisDComedy.com. Chris of the Ally. Coming to the UK and Ireland, first 2 weeks of June. Get the ticks. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Chrissy Chaos. I'm Chris Distefano, a.k.a. Chrissy Condoleezza Rice. With me, as always, Michael Shane Cannon.
I wish I had a name just prepared. Chrissy Condoleezza is unreal.
Unreal, dude. Dude, I am absolutely exhausted today.
Yeah.
I can't get out. My eyes are so tired.
Do you ever feel like you've woken up from just like being packed in salt?
Yes.
You know?
Dude, do you know every war from like ancient times was fought over salt?
Really?
Like everything that like you've ever heard of, any war, whatever they justified, religion or what land, it was all about, I need your salt.
Yeah.
I need more salt from your country. So I'm gonna tell you that I hate your people for wearing different hats than me or want to make your women slaves. But really, dude, if you just give me your salt, I'll go away.
Is that for meat preservation,
Exactly.
snow clearance, or taste?
Yes, it's for definitely meat preservation, number one, and fish preservation.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was it. And then everything was just built with salt.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, dude. I don't know why. I just thought I'd share that. Now we have Vito Baby Teeth in the ones and twos, John the father, and then we have a new guy who I don't know who this guy is and why he's even back here, but this kid's fucking in, dude. He's hired.
There's just another white man.
Just another tall white guy. I guess from the Mets staff.
Yeah.
No.
No, not a Mets guy.
Works with the NBA though.
Dude, this
Okay.
room looks like Princeton's starting five
Yes.
right now.
He's looking like a nice guy. What's his name?
Riain, but not spelled the normal way.
Ryan, but how do we spell it?
Riain.
Why do you spell it like
A-I-N?
I don't know. My parents wanted to torture me.
I love it, dude. And
That's
I love
like a hot female model's
I
way
know.
to spell it.
I love Ryan. Keep talking, Ryan.
Yeah. So it's
That's his voice, dude. He sounds like Kermit the Frog. I love Ryan, dude.
Dude,
Ryan
has
now why
a
are you here, Ryan? What's
chest.
going on? He's pretty jacked.
Yeah, look at his chest. Ryan, stand up with your shoulders back. Look at
Whoa,
dude right with a
Ryan.
Bartman shirt.
Dude, Ryan's got. We can't get a camera on Ryan, right?
I can film, but he also showed up in a t-shirt today, no jacket, waiting outside
Atta
of the
boy.
fucking studio.
He is a winter white.
man in me.
It's a white man in him. Ryan, because if we're filming this, by the way, coming to you live from the Slam headquarters right here in Long Island City. It's 39 degrees out.
Yeah.
And Ryan's got on just a t-shirt. And what does it say? Barf man?
Bartman.
Bartman, dude.
It's a Simpsons shirt.
He's one of those. I think he's one of these guys that like probably doesn't even work. He's just naturally jacked and ripped
Yeah.
and just always had a good bod, right?
It does feel.
Or do you work out hard?
Workout.
Yeah,
You
like
do
every day.
It looks like farm genetics, though.
A little bit of those.
Yeah.
Yes, you look like you have the body of a female swimmer.
Now.
Dude, you're jacked. Now, what's your story, dude? Do you have a girlfriend?
No. Single.
Single? How old are you?
26.
Wow,
Oh, dude.
What do you want in life?
Fuck around and find out, pretty much.
Nice. Dude, I like this guy.
That's terrifying.
Fuck around and find out. This guy is going to get arrested.
100%. He has that even keel face until eventually somebody says like the one thing that triggers a childhood trauma.
Yeah.
And then he beats them to death with like a car door.
Dude, listen, we are here in the Slam Magazine headquarters, and this is our starting five.
Yes.
We have five people finally here. It
Yeah.
is me, Mike Cannon, Vito Baby Teeth, John the father, and Ryan the white.
We are a below the rim weave team.
Dude, the fundamentals, dude. First of all, he's the center.
100%.
Yeah, he's the center. He'll just knock people around.
He looks like he catches the ball at the foul line and then pivots
Yeah.
towards the basket and holds it up like that.
He looks like he's always in triple threat, even in life. Now, all right, Ryan. So what's your skill set?
General AV stuff. I have mostly do videography.
Videography.
Do music videos, do commercials.
Whoa, music video. I want to do that.
Anybody you know? Oh, we should do a music video.
I want to do a music video.
That's a good idea.
Happy to help you.
We just need a song.
Now, Riain is pasty white for people that can't see. I mean, it's the middle of winter, and I would assume he still puts on sunblock.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
100%.
You have to
do you
do it.
not? I do.
You put on sunblock in the winter?
Yeah, my Italian wife has since told me I must to protect my Irish skin, and
So,
there's like reflections.
So, like today, you put on sunblock?
Yeah, a little bit, a little SPF.
Where?
30.
Where?
Just on my face.
Interest. Do you guys do that? Anybody else put on sunblock in the winter?
Absolutely not.
In the winter?
Dude, we are such cucks.
In the winter, John? You put on sunblock in the winter?
Never, absolutely not.
Dude, I've never even thought about doing that because there's a new study out. There's people that are saying now sunblock is what causes skin cancer.
Oh, dude.
How
yeah.
great
you
is that?
Are, dude, you're deep in the conspiracy algo. I know exactly where you're headed.
Yeah.
That was Flat Earth Dave's theory, too. I love that.
All right, Riain, well, welcome to the show. So we got lots to talk about today. John, pull up the board. Where are we getting to? Let's start off. First of all, I had a nice weekend. Wait, when does this come out? February 19th? Dude, Shane Gillis is hosting Saturday Night Live next week. Finally, one of the good guys. Oh, this week. Yeah, this Saturday, Shane Gillis is hosting SNL. Finally, I mean, it is a beautiful thing for like just the full circle comeback. It's one of those things where whether you like him, don't like, it's all irrelevant. It's not about that. It's like subjectively, he's one of the funniest guys in our generation.
Yeah.
And it's really just about the kind of forgiving and forgetting of our society. That's what I like is like, you know, now people are still trying to take him down with old resurfaced clips, and no, the world doesn't care anymore because you realize like we got bigger fish to fry. That's a bullshit thing.
Yeah.
Comedy is a thing that is supposed to be not enjoyed by all, and usually the better comics will also simultaneously offend people. That's part of our job.
It's a beautiful thing to see the actual shift in public taste, right? Is like this, there was a huge outcry when he first gets hired. Sensitivity is flaring. Everybody's like, no, it becomes the biggest story. Now these exact same things come out and people are like, fuck you, dude, it's funny. They're literally just batting it away. Like, you guys don't dictate this anymore.
Yeah.
You had your moment. We all went insane and listened to you. Yeah. And now we understand that you guys don't dictate taste. And if you are in charge, then nothing funny ever gets made.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's just amazing that I'm happy that like, because a few years ago, we were all saying when this happened, when Shane got fired, we were all like, imagine one day he comes back and hosts SNL.
Yeah.
And then he did. And then we were saying like with the Dylan Mulvaney, Bud Light stuff, we're like, imagine one day like Shane gets sponsored by Bud Light, and now it happened. Because it's like I think that that's a positive thing where, you know, comedy, it feels like the truth. You're allowed to like just be funny and be yourself again, which I like, because here's the truth. Here is the truth. Is there everything that you know is bullshit, okay? Like, let's take Matt Rife. A couple of weeks ago, I had a chance to open for him at Radio City. It was great. He wore by the way, all the new like young kids, they don't like, he was wearing like a shirt from Dickies, jeans from Walmart.
Yeah.
And this is cool right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he looked great in it, and I want to fucking suck his abs.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Has there ever, between you and Matty R, has there been a bit like more handsome in Radio City in the history of that venue?
Dude, and that's the show Lisa Ann got thrown out of, the porn star, who I would assume maybe, I don't know if she's hooked up with me. I have no idea. She's just a Rife fan.
Sure.
But I didn't see she got thrown out of the fucking Radio City Music Hall show. I had no idea
She sure
it was
did.
even happening. But the hypocrisy in everything is, you know, like I would say, Matt's comedy, controversy I meant was, he made a domestic abuse joke in his special, which of course was bullshit. It's like, dude, it's comedy. And then I thought it was funny that he sent helmets, like, special needs helmets to his haters. That was great.
Yeah.
But, you would say, okay, Matt Rife, quote unquote, canceled comedian, domestic abuse, right? You would think like anyone who's like an empowered liberal woman would never be a fan of Matt Rife. Guess who was in the third row of the Matt Rife show at Radio City? Fucking AOC. So I was like, so then who cares?
That is awesome.
Seriously, who cares then?
God damn.
It's just like the hypocrisy over everything is like, All right, so like, just shut the. Why even now? Like, they're trying to, because he's hosting, they're trying to pull up old clips. It's like, what are you doing?
Right.
What a fucking loser.
They're only generating interest, and Vito and I were talking about it before. Is like half of the. First of all, my if you thought my annoying laugh was awful on this podcast,
You're gonna hear a familiar laugh.
Hear this clip.
You're gonna hear a familiar voice.
But it's also like these people have to be like hired guns to attempt to take this down, because this is again a subscription-based show that he was on behind a paywall for Compound Media. So if you, first of all, if you're aware of Compound Media, then you know exactly what it is in the first place.
Yes.
So you are going through this with the intention of finding something that will hopefully take this guy
so
down.
stupid, dude.
So these are like basically like paid protesters or paid, whatever, how they brought people down to Zuccotti Park during Occupy Wall Street and just unleashed hell. It's like these people are now just being paid to fucking take down prominent figures. It's nuts.
It's so nuts. And
it's media espionage.
And it's like people, you see this, and then it's whenever time I see something like this come up, 3 words pop into my head: vote for Trump. All right, so let's hear this, and then let's see if you can pick out the familiar voice. Here we go. This was somebody posted this bullshit.
White people. What the fuck is CNN on in here?
It's always
You guys fucking gay now? We're on Fox, dude. This is fucking right-wing white shit. Yeah. Get this CNN Jew shit off here.
Yeah, that's Mike's voice.
I need some alt-right fucking Fox News. Dude.
Damn right.
So rape.
Enabling.
Love it. And you don't even remember this.
No, not at all. I mean, I remember doing their show, but I don't remember that as a joke that stood out of me being like, I can't believe I sat through that hate.
I can't wait to see the absolute fucking pussies who are going to talk about this seriously.
Oh yeah,
who are going to like have a conversation about it. Shut up.
I don't know that they really exist anymore outside of just being on TV.
Right.
Like even those people that talk about it on TV, when you meet them in real life, they're like, "Who gives a shit?"
Yeah, they don't care at all.
Every one of them doesn't care.
It's so dumb. I mean, it's. I think this will be one of the most watched SNL episodes.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: is he's not only an amazing comedian, but he has a sketch background, so he's going to make the show better. I would be willing to bet my bottom dollar that Shane's going to do a Trump impersonation on the show and then continuously come back and be Donald Trump for the election, because Alec Baldwin can't do it anymore.
Why? What happened to him?
I know. So Shane Gillis is going to do it.
Yeah.
I really think Shane Gillis would be, right? Wouldn't it make sense? Who does a better Trump than him?
I mean, that makes the most sense. It also would be a sick ongoing platform for him.
Oh my God, dude. It would be the most poetic. Do you think there's like cast members and writers who are like, this is not okay?
For sure.
That Shane's on the show.
I mean, didn't some of them boycott Chappelle, I guess? Like, technically?
You have nothing going on in your life if that's what you have to do. I'm telling you, dude, as a parent, like, you have to think about, we're both parents. Think about, like, all that stuff is for people with no kids. Because think about being a parent and then having the time to fucking boycott.
Not only that, it is job security privilege.
Yep.
You absolute elitist piece of shit.
Yep.
If you think you can just walk away from your $200,000 a year job for a week and then just be welcomed back with open arms just because you didn't like what somebody at work said, it's like, try to do that while building the new Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
They would put a hammer through your cranium, dude.
Dude, I'm at the point now where I genuinely think people with no kids shouldn't have the right to vote. I don't think you should vote. Why do I have to care about what your opinion is unless you have a child, dude?
Well,
because it's like, what? Who cares what you have to? You're some 23-year-old with no kids.
Yeah.
I have to listen to what your dumb opinion is.
Or even so, you should only have voting rights on things that impact right now.
Right.
So it's like if anything goes outside of the scope of 5 to 10 years, you no longer have any influence.
Yeah.
Because your life
Right.
is this. It ends.
Yeah.
Finite.
I got to vote for the future of my Puerto Rican kids.
Yes.
All right. What do you think? Dude, I really hope one day I hope I can host SNL, and then I want the band to be the 1975, and I want to, what would I do out there? That's when I would What would I do, like, on my big SNL live moment? Like, it would be live.
Right.
So, like, what would be an amazing thing to do just live on the fucking show?
You'd have to have your dad in the crowd. There would have to be some sort of interaction with him in full, like, pasta sauce with compression socks on.
Yeah.
Him sexually harassing maybe one of the female castmates.
Oh, yes, 100%. Like you said, castmate. Dude, I can't think. I have had too many coffees, and I'm so beyond fucking tired, and I'm hungry and I'm irritable.
Yeah.
You ever just deal with that?
Every day of my life. I've also had those moments where you're so exhausted, but also jacked to the gills on caffeine that you are kind of frozen animation.
Right.
Like your thoughts don't have any kind of lube or any type of pathway to go through. So you're more or less spouting fragments of ideas.
Yeah, that's what today feels like. It's just a half-baked day.
Yeah.
Where I literally woke up today and I was like, I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to get out of bed. But then I did. I pushed myself to get out of bed, and then I tripped down 2 or 3 steps into the kitchen.
Speaking of half-baked, I went to the Ben & Jerry's factory in Burlington, Vermont. That place rules, dude.
Yeah.
It also was very funny to see 700-year-old Ari Shaffir try to climb a 3-inch elevated ice ice thing because he's literally just trying to grab the. Yeah, it was brutal.
Well, that's the thing. When I see Ari now, like he's getting a bit older, I'm like, how does he kind of get through the tunnels?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, dude. They had to go high for
They had
him.
to help him, right?
He is very Bin Laden in the tunnels.
Yes.
He's a big guy.
How was it working with him?
It was awesome. It was so
it's
much
the
fun.
best,
Yeah,
right?
it was a great time. We just hung out. He exists completely outside of the window, so it was totally different than going on the road
fasting,
with you.
yeah.
Yeah, he only eats and/or exercises and/or is awake in fringe moments of the day. It's like
So
anything.
is he asleep at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, like sleeps through the day kind of
No,
thing?
shockingly is up and always wants to do something. Like
He's always ready to get out.
Yeah.
Ari's a guy on the road. He wants to see stuff.
Yeah, definitely. We went to a museum together, saw some paintings, which was really fun.
What city?
In Boston. We went to the MAF, is that what it's called? Or something like that, or MFA, I think.
And it was
the
awesome?
museum. It was incredible. We saw this one, his lady is an artist, so he has some pretty decent information about painters. And we went and saw this entire collection, and the guy was like this dude who moved to Tahiti and like married several children.
Right.
It was like just an absolute monster, but his works were delightful. I think it's Gauguin or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I never go to museums, and I don't even think about doing that, but I want to do it.
Yeah.
Every time someone brings up a museum, I'm like, I should go to a museum. But then when I'm like, I have a free day, I never even remotely think about going to the museum. I go to the YMCA and shoot around.
I mean, that's a great way to spend a day too, but I do think like once you take edibles are the museum like gateway drug,
right?
You know what I mean? Like as soon as you take an edible, you're like, I should probably just look at things.
What museums do you go to in New York?
We go to the MoMA a lot. We go to Museum of Natural History a lot.
Your wife and crew.
Yeah. We're a big museum queef family. We
so
went
you
to
drive down and just go.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
We went to Van Gogh, that whole immersive thing, which was super cool. Definitely like way too much sensory overload for a child.
Did you go to the Balloon Museum?
No.
I went to the Balloon Museum 2 weeks ago with the kids.
Is that a museum or just a place where they stick retarded kids?
Yes. It was Google New York City Balloon Museum. I went, dude, and it was literally like, again, immersed. Everything was made out of balloons. I had a balloon ball pit, which my 2-year-old jumped in and went under the balloons. And we were like, where the fuck is this kid?
That's terrifying.
Dude. It was, and you had to wear, yeah, dude, it was kind of nuts. It was
awesome.
Yeah, it was down in the South Street Seaport. But I literally, I need to get into more museums. I just need to do it.
Yeah.
So you take, and crew likes MoMA.
He loves it. Yeah. I mean, we do that stuff all the time. I feel like, I think it's not too late for him. Like, because all of the stuff that I'm doing now is just in hopes that he becomes a much more well-rounded, better person than me. I was not a museum kid as a kid.
They never brought you there.
No, not at all. I realized that my son has already been on like 20 airplanes or something like that, and he's 4. My first airplane was when I was 6, and then not again until I was 20.
Right.
or 15, I think. It was like we never traveled. I think my only 2 family vacations were Mystic, Connecticut for the aquarium, and then Wildwood.
Yep.
And we stayed in a motel, and I remember my father singing "I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston, and then I have zero other memories.
Yeah. My first memory of a plane, I was 9 years old. First time ever going on a plane. We went to Orlando to go to Disney World. The first day we got to the airport, they canceled the flight. So everybody was pissed off. Then, because it was raining, then we go to the second day. We fly. My aunt had a purse. And I was like, oh, you could put your purse underneath the seat. Like she had it on her lap. I was like, you could put it underneath the seat because I was in a new plane. I was like, there's a little purse holder down here. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then we got off the plane and she forgot her purse and they wouldn't let her on the plane. And my mother said, this is your fault, you little shit. Because everyone was so furious. And I remember that was my first time on the plane. And then we got to Disney and it rained like almost every day. And half the rides were closed. Oh, and then my mom canceled the flight going back, and we rented a car and drove home.
Oh, no.
Yep. I drove from New York to Florida about 10 times in my life.
That's an awful trip.
It was brutal, dude.
That's so fun. The first time I flew was also from New York to Florida for Disney World. I was with my grandparents, and my grandmother had to alert the flight attendants because I fall asleep really easy.
Yeah.
But she said, look out the window, check it out. And apparently I looked out and then just immediately fell asleep, and she thought I passed out from shock and called over the entire and there was a bunch of flight attendants
Did
waking
you
me
pass
up.
out
I
from
eventually woke up and I was like, what? And they're like, you good? And I was like, I was fucking sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, that was it. But they had to call a doctor.
Dude, I know. I got to fly to fucking Reno tomorrow, and there's no direct flight. I got to stop over in Salt Lake City. I hate a layover.
There's nothing.
I hate
There's
a
nothing
layover.
worse.
It's too stressful. I don't want to do it. I almost said, if you can't find me a direct flight, I'm not going.
Is the only direct flight from New York like private?
Yeah, which, I'm not going to do that. So I think you have to lay over in. The only reason I'm doing Reno is I'm going to the Super Bowl. It's weird. I'm going to the Super Bowl this upcoming Sunday, even though it was 2 weeks ago. I'm going to the Super Bowl, and I have to interview Jerry Rice on
awesome.
Saturday, which is cool. So they sent me a whole bunch of questions to ask him, but isn't he known? He's like an animal, right? Like banged a million girls, right? Like isn't he open? Isn't he open about I thought it was known he's like a party animal.
His body is still crazy.
I want to touch it.
Like he's one of those 50-year-old dudes that looks like he could play today.
They say he's the best football player of all time, overall.
Just overall football player.
Non-quarterbacks.
Right.
So I have to go, but I really want to go to Reno because 30 minutes outside of Reno is the state capital of Nevada, Carson City.
Yeah.
And that will be the 28th capital I can get a picture in front of.
Do you know Carson City, made famous by the movie Con Air, where they had to switch inmates during a dust storm?
I wonder if it's going to be, this state capital is going to be just another shitbag town. Every state capital I've been to, besides a select few, are just, they're shitholes.
Buddy, it's in Nevada.
Yeah, it's going to be bad, right?
Yeah, it's not.
That's the thing. People are like, oh, Nevada. First of all, it's February. You think, oh, you're going to the desert. It's freezing there.
Yeah.
It's 20 degrees at night, and it's like the high for the Super Bowl is like 39 degrees.
Yeah, dude, you are. I mean, I don't know what it's like in the inside city, but I assume if you walk off a side street in Carson City, you are running into the hills have eyes.
Yeah.
Truly one tooth in their head mutants.
I don't know about you guys, but I am constantly subscribing to apps that are going to change my life. And before you know it, I've completely forgotten about them. I've used them maybe one time to set up a profile, and then I'm just paying a subscription for the rest of my life for a service I've never used. It's happened with editing, you name it, workouts, meditation. None of it has been within use. But guys, Rocket Money is what has helped me get rid of all of these subscriptions that are just charging me up the waz, and I don't need to be paying anymore because, frankly, I don't even use it. Rocket Money is a personalized finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills. Couldn't we all use that? Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has helped save its members an average of $720 a year with over 500 mil in canceled subs. How furious are app makers? Like these guys that thought they just found a lifelong loophole that they're just gonna bilk people of money for the rest of their days as they just completely forget that it's even running through their cards. But Rocket Money's like, we are gonna charge you once for us to be able to get right in there. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/chaos. That's rocketmoney.com/chaos. Be sure to tell them that we sent you by just going to rocketmoney.com/chaos. Stop spending money on things you don't need.
Jasmine's mad at me because she had expressed to me that she wants to go back to school, right? She said, she's like, I want to like do
Escuela.
something. Escuela. Maybe I want to do like, she was like, she was like into art. She wanted to be a dietitian. So I was like, you know what? And she was like, but sometimes I feel too like I'm getting too old. I said, you're not too old. I was like, you can go. I was like, there was a girl in my physical therapy class who was like 53 years old. She went back to school because her husband, she was from some country in the Middle East, because her husband like tried to throw battery acid on her. I swear. He tried to throw like battery acid on her because she like didn't do the dishes. So she was like, I have to get away. And then she got away from him and needed a new career. So she became a physical therapist. And I was like, this lady was like, she was great. And I was like,
I love how she almost became the fucking female Harvey Dent.
Yeah. So she said, so she, old, she was older. And so Jasmine, I thought I heard about this book. I was reading it in I think the Daily Stoic or the Daily Dad, Ryan Holiday's book, was talking about this book, Old in Art School, which is about a woman who goes back, who's like in her 60s, and she goes back into art school, and it's this beautiful book. And I gave it to her thinking it was going to be like this nice thing, like I'm listening to Jasmine, I'm being thoughtful. And she was like, why do I want this book? I was like, because it's about being older and going back to school. She was like, the name of the book is Old in Art School. I was like, yeah, I'm not saying you're old. I'm saying it's never too late to go back to art school. And then she was like, this title's offensive. And I was like, kind of thinking like, she's not wrong. Like this book probably sold well, but would have sold even better if it wasn't called Old in Art School.
Yeah, the amount of people that were offended by this as a gift is probably because, women love to be lied to.
Right.
And especially when it comes to their age.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to, they admit reality, but it's our job to just be like, no, you're not old.
Yeah.
Like you're not old at all. It's you're still young. You're a pup.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want. You got your whole life ahead of you.
Right.
So it should be like never too late to start over or just like start your career now. No mention of age. You know what I mean?
Right. But I guess it is true. Like I'm going to be 40 and sometimes I'm like, my life's over.
Every day of my dude, look at my hair. Every day of my life, I stare into the mirror and I'm like, yeah, this is the back nine. If like I'm on the 15th hole.
Isn't that nuts? Because then like you see certain people like in history, like Morgan Freeman didn't even get until like you never even heard of Morgan Freeman's name till he was in like his late 40s.
Yeah, that's when he got his face HPV.
Yes, he has. Yeah, Morgan Freeman needs to rub Gardasil on his face. 49, first big break, 49.
Wow.
For Morgan Freeman.
I wonder
Rodney
if he goes
Dangerfield.
Oh yeah, same. Yeah. No, it's just.
And as comics, all you ever hear is you'll make it big. Comics get much better in their 40s.
Yeah,
and so I'm coming into the age where people say your career's supposed to explode, and I'm like, mine's over.
Well, the interesting thing though is that's based on the old output of work, right? So I look forward to that and hope that my prime is yet to come. But it is almost like online poker versus in live poker.
Okay.
Where it's like if you play online, you play 10,000 hands within your first year. If you play live, it takes a long time to do that, so it takes a longer time to develop your style of play. With us now, with podcasting, going on stage, all this stuff, we've technically done the stage time of what people before us hadn't done until their 40s. So it's like, did we reach our 40s earlier than becoming 40? Do you know what I mean?
God,
just in terms of experience?
I never thought of that. So like, I actually should be further ahead. I'm actually past
You're doing
my prime.
great. I should be. I'm in the twilight and it's over and the heights have I've reached the heights.
Dude, I've never, ever thought of it. Two things you've said on this podcast that have blown my mind. That one, because now I feel even worse. and when you said that you believe that when I die or if somebody dies, they're not really dying. They're just dying in your simulation, but they're actually living more in another thing.
I still think I believe it. I've been batting it around even more and more, and of course it seems like a coping mechanism, but they're still gone in my life, so it doesn't change anything.
Right.
It just, and also if you believe in heaven or hell or afterlife, it more or less doesn't even change how you view it because they're still living on in some capacity.
Right.
But my faith is that like, oh, maybe somewhere in another dimension, especially if there's infinite possibilities, they get to live a full life with their family, and that makes me feel a little bit better.
Another dimension, another dimension, another dimension, another dimension. John, what's up, dude? Isn't that from a song?
What's going on? Yeah, intergalactic, right?
Intergalactic.
Intergalactic, planetary, intergalactic.
John, what
How's your
by
back,
the way,
bro?
Ryan looks like your brother. You look related.
Yeah.
Similar. We were roommates in college.
Yeah. So what's going on? How's the baby?
Well, we have an update for you guys.
Oh, we have an update. Yeah, John's
Bambino.
girlfriend. So if you guys are just listening in, John has a girlfriend who doesn't speak English. This is fully true. He has fully in a committed relationship with a woman who does not speak English. She speaks fully Spanish, and she has to Google Translate everything they say. So every time they have a fight, anything, it's just delayed. Dirty talk, it's just all delayed. Google Translate, and now we were she was late on her period. She was late, so we're getting the update now.
Which in Puerto Rican means pregnant.
Yeah, or not even Puerto Rican. What is she, Ecuadorian?
Ecuadorian.
Oh, okay.
Ecuadorian.
Yeah, same thing.
Yes. Different bus stop.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll read you guys. I'll pull a screenshot.
So whose text is this?
This is from the lady.
This is from her.
Yep. And last week she hit me up and she said
This is Google translated though.
she 100% translated this. That's
Wait,
why
was this not part of it?
No, that's all part of it. Yeah, she also sent me a SpongeBob meme. We'll put it in the
And on Patreon we'll pull up her naked pics. No, I'm kidding. That's illegal.
But she said there isn't a mini John or mini blank. She said her name inside me. Ja. I'm getting my period down now. I told you. And I said, muy bien.
John wrote muy bien.
I mean, dude,
Hilarious.
your response is sociopathic. Yeah, not an exclamation point, not a smile, just muy bien, the basic term in Spanish.
Now let me ask you this: when did she send you this text? Did you know you were in the clear?
Like last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how soon after receiving this text did you have unprotected sex with her again?
48 hours.
Yeah,
That's it, a baby. Yeah. Hey, period.
a baby.
She can't get pregnant through the period. Dude, now take us through your feelings. How did you feel about that?
I feel fine. I was never really worried.
You were never really worried?
I'm pulling at it every time, so.
You were never really worried, dude. You're pulling out every time. But, dude, I'm telling you, man, it doesn't matter. I pulled out every time, too, and I got fucking kids.
That's
Yeah.
what I hear. Yeah.
Dude,
Is it true as a doctor? Is it true that the pre-cum is more potent?
That's what they said. Well, I don't know that it's more potent, but there is live active sperm in the pre-cum. For sure. So whoever told you there's no sperm in the pre-cum, survey says that's a lie.
Well, they said, and it's even more it's less volume, but it's more saturated, with cum.
Got it.
Or
Okay, so
whatever.
there's like more sperm per cubic inch.
Per cubic jizz.
Per cubic jizz. Wow, John. So you fucking narrowly avoided it. Here's the thing, though, with you, dude, is I'm telling you, it's going to happen again with a girl like this. It's just going to happen again. And then eventually she's going to give birth to one of Vito's teeth. Dude, so you feel relieved then?
Yeah, we're good.
Wow, I love it, dude. You know what? I mean, you might just have to you can't, here's the thing, is once you are having unprotected sex with your girlfriend, you can't then put on a condom.
No.
You're the only man in history who's ever put on a condom with his wife. It's literally it's like scientists want to.
But even that, when I did it, so the reason why I went to Aruba and then I had exposure to Zika, and then I found out that I couldn't have unprotected sex because it could have just, taken my Irish baby's head down.
Yeah.
But it was we did it twice. And then I was like, I'm just going to jerk off for 3 months.
Yeah.
and then I'll see you on the other side.
I'd rather
That was it.
Yeah.
You know, it also, I mean, I have a bit about it, but it was truly off-putting to feel a baby's hand press against my hand when I was holding my wife's stomach during doggy style.
Yeah, it's
Like
gross.
just a real, just like a boop right through. And I'm like, come on, dude. There'll be
High-fiving
plenty of time for hand holding when you're out.
you bastard. Yeah, dude. So, what is this? King Charles has cancer. This episode comes out in 2 weeks. What if he's dead? Could you imagine his mother is queen for like 100 years and then he makes it 3 months?
It makes sense.
Yeah,
Doesn't it? The
That's
sequel
probably
is
what's gonna
always
happen.
worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like whoever's going to fill in for Bill Belichick. They're not going to be the coach very long.
no,
It's the same
No.
shit.
with cancer. Is it a bad cancer?
They said it's not prostate cancer, which is a weird way to start off.
Yeah.
They don't say the cancer as of right now.
Hey,
Did they name it Diana? She's returned to take him out.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? I kind of feel like, you know,
How old is he?
So he has an enlarged prostate. He's 75, but it's an unspecified form of cancer.
I see.
dude. Here's the
Not
thing,
of the prostate.
Here, wait. I'm gonna send this to the group right now because it is pretty nuts. It is pretty nuts that he's 75 years old. Hold on, because I'm gonna send, and then we'll pull this up. I'm gonna send. This is where is it? Chaos Cox. That's the name of our group chat. Here, because also, here we go. Prince Charles is 75, but so is my father. And I'm going to show a picture of my father. I mean, Prince Charles or King Charles, whatever, is literal royalty and looks like garbage. And my dad lives in a one-beddy in Tampa, and look at him, dude.
Yeah.
Do you think that man is 75 years old?
Your dad looks good.
He's lost 60 pounds now.
It's amazing. I mean, Prince Charles, it does, or whatever, King Charles, it does make you think, like, does drinking the chalice of an infant's blood even work?
Right.
Like, why? What's the point?
Or maybe King Charles is innocent and my dad's not.
My
dad's the one on
popping the
Epstein's Island.
top off a kid.
Whoa, look at that picture in the back. I didn't even notice that. That I'm in the background of
Does
holding
that say
Violet.
in loving memory of you?
Yeah, dude.
Why
What the
is
hell?
Why does that look like a memorial, dude?
It does. Memory. I know somebody my social media guy Brian posted a picture of me the other day, and the first photo was black and white, and people thought it was an in memoriam. People thought it was a death photo. Dude, look at my dad. He's lost all his chin
His
fat.
skin
He
looks
looks
good.
Dude, he's got like a jawline.
Yeah, no, he looks really great. I'm
Yeah.
happy for him.
Yeah, he said he eats about 1 tuna fish sandwich a day every day.
And that's it?
That's pretty much his diet.
And you said he just walks, right?
And he walks, dude. He walks in the pool. He walks all around. I saw him in Nashville. Was walking around. But yeah, it looks good.
That's awesome.
It looks good
for him. Good shit, Tony.
Good. Way to go,
Well done.
Tony. That's what a real 75-year-old looks like.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. The it's all tabloid stuff. Like,
Well, now Prince Harry has gone back to visit him. Right.
Okay.
Like that's a new thing. So because I guess I have kind of a Prince Harry, King Charles relationship with my father, and I would go back and visit him at this point if my dad got cancer for sure.
You're the Prince of Nyack. Dude, did you see Tucker Carlson in Russia?
No.
Dude, do you know about this? Tucker Carlson's interviewing Vladimir Putin in Russia. There's a 4-minute clip of him. He's fully in Russia interviewing Vladimir Putin.
Wow.
And he was like, the media lies to you. Your media, the American media or whatever, lies to you. He goes, since I've got my own platform now, I'm going to show you the other side of the stuff you haven't been told. And he's literally in Russia. Did the interview come out yet? Do we know? Or is it coming out?
It's probably out right now, but
Yeah.
we can't
Yes.
find it.
Yeah, dude.
It is funny that like somebody like Tucker, which I get it. The media lies. I totally agree. But it is funny that like Tucker Carlson is like, I'm the one that knows the truth. So it's not that I'm being flown over here for state-sponsored propaganda.
Yeah.
this is me. I'm getting to the bottom of it.
Well, he says they paid for it out of their own pocket. That's what he says. He says that Vladdy, Putin, kind of invited him to like give his side of the story of like what's going on.
He's got cancer apparently.
Supposedly he does.
They tested his poop.
So the episode should be out by the time we record our next episode.
Okay.
We can react to it in the next episode.
This will be out. We'll react to it in the next episode. And they're saying now, though, that like the U.S. is trying to mess with Tucker Carlson and like not let him back into the country. They're trying to they're trying to do things where they're rejecting his visa, rejecting his passport.
Just make it inconvenient.
They're trying to do something, which kind of is like stupid because it's like, well, you're kind of proving him right. Of
course you are.
So why don't you just let him back in and be like, I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
So here's the thing I want to know. Here's the thing I really want to know is it that because we're, all like low level scum, right? So compared to like we're not politicians or like we're just like, low level. We're coming to the beautiful confines of Slam Magazine headquarters where you will walk 1 block in any direction in Long Island City and get murdered. But this is very nice where we are, this little block. So, but is it one of those things? What about Taylor Swift? So is it one of those things though that even the Democrats are in on it and they want Trump to get elected for some type of self-serving thing we don't understand because it feels impossible. It feels impossible that the Democrats really actually think Joe Biden would win and they really actually think that people would vote for Biden more than they would vote for Trump at this time. And it's not saying I'm not pro or against anything. It's just obviously the man is old and has dementia and all those things, and Trump just doesn't.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm starting to be like, maybe the Democrats are in on it too, and there's a reason they want Trump in. That'll serve them somehow.
I don't disagree with that at all because all of them everybody's putting money on both horses. They all work for the same people. Everybody's receiving funds. So it's like the Democrats don't lose money when they're not in office. As a matter of fact, that's probably when their fundraising is at the highest.
Right.
Because they're like, we have to fight the oppression that the current regime is doing, even though when they're under center, they can't get anything done either.
Right.
But I am 100% on board with that. Whereas when they know that they have a completely losing hand, they're like, all right, then let's see if we can put our money behind something on the right that will then make our side look a certain way or whatever. It's all shadow games, man. None of this is real. And it really just makes me want to recede into some sort of psychedelic stupor.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on at all. I kind of like, it's just mind-blowing to me what's happening. But at the end of the day, I mean, who cares, man? I'm moving to Canada. All right, let me ask you this. Let's put this up. Roach Apartment. If you are, Morgan & Morgan is the place that will represent you and handle all of your legal needs. I love Morgan & Morgan. If you get injured by a person, place, or thing, you deserve to get paid.
That's right.
If you have roaches in your apartment, you deserve not to pay.
That's right. Life can be crazy sometimes, and one person's negligence can result in another's settlement.
Yep. If you're in an accident, not calling a lawyer means you could be leaving money on the table. When you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions. Here's the thing. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. They have over 100 offices nationwide and more than 1,000 lawyers. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Living with roaches, here we go. Living in a roach-infested apartment owned by entitled rich kid douchebags is hard. Hiring Morgan & Morgan is easy.
If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/chaos or dial #law. That's #529 from your cell phone.
Yep. Submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is so easy. Even Mike Cannon and me can do it.
forthepeople.com/chaos.
forthepeople.com/chaos, #law, #529 from the Selly Welly. Hey, and by the way, as always, this is a paid advertisement. Hey, it's Chrissy Tennis Ball Jackets. Listen, the part that you were just going to hear, I wanted to do it for free. I said it on the podcast. Lawyer heard it, said you absolutely cannot say that. So I didn't want to cut it completely. So unfortunately, the only place you can hear it is patreon.com/ChristyComedy. Like I said, that was not my intention. I would never hide content behind a paywall that I think is great. The Patreon is extra bonus stuff. All the best work I think I do, I want out there for free for my fans. I appreciate all the support throughout the years, but the lawyer said absolutely fucking not. So patreon.com/Christy Comedy if you want to hear what I had to say. March 3rd, I am in Tarrytown filming something very cool. Hopefully tickets are sold out by then, but if they are not, Tarrytown Music Hall, Sunday, March 3rd, 1-5, 1-8:30. And then in Dubai on April 16th, I will be there for the Dubai Comedy Festival. And June, we are announcing a big UK run, London, Scotland, Birmingham, Manchester, Chrissy UK's.
Beautiful. And then talking about Chrissy, he's producing my new special, April 6th, filming at Stamford Comedy Club in Connecticut, or at New York Comedy Club in Stamford, Connecticut. Jesus Christ. It's all over the map, but very excited. 2 shows. Those tickets are already half sold, so get those at MikeCannonComedy.com. Chris is going to be on the show, whether he wants to be or not.
Oh, wait. Also, we forgot to do a phone call and the mean comments, so we have to do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's
Do
do
the
it.
mean comments right now while you're pissed.
Mean comments. Let's do
While
it.
you're pissed.
These are the mean comments or pod hate, right?
Pod hate.
Every week we read out a couple of mean comments and pod hate that we like. Some is directed at me, some is directed at Mike. Hopefully some is directed at Vito's teeth.
Get creative.
From at James Shagan, 5817, someone tell Chris to tie his effing shoes. Looks like an 8th grader out there. They are tied up right now, dude. And you know what? For that comment, I'm going to hang myself with them.
Were you a kid that had untied shoes?
I still don't know how to tie a double knot.
No
I
shit.
do it incorrectly.
How do you fuck it up?
Here. Is camera on this? Could you see this, Vito? So I would do it. Okay. Ready? Oh, Vito's big feet.
Vito the circus bear.
You ready? Are you zoomed in on the shoes? This is how I tie my shoes. Tell me if this is right or wrong. Okay, here we go. So I go like this.
Yep.
Because I always try to think about Big Daddy. You loop it, you swoop it, and you pull. But I don't know how to swoop it. So I go like this, right? So that's one. I know that's right.
Sure.
And then the double knot is like that. But that's not double knotting it.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that the right way to do it? People say that was wrong.
Big shoelace?
Yeah, the brother and sister told me I was wrong. God, I hate them. Okay. Here we go. At username 6942OH, he says he will never leave New York, but he will retire in Florida 100%. No, I don't think so, dude. I don't think I can leave New York.
You think you'll be old bones in the cold?
100%, dude.
Yeah.
100%. All right, here we go. At Nix DAce, man, what the fudge is up with these guys? Seriously, stop leading your wives on. Break the news. You'll be a power couple. Well, the problem is that nobody cares about 2 gay white men. If one of us was like Asian or like an Inuit, it would be a big deal. But us coming out and revealing the truth that we're gay, I don't think it would do anything for the show.
This would have been sick in 2008.
Exactly.
Now it's not enough.
No.
We would have to do some, we would have to say we're also brothers.
Yes, which we might be. At UOENOIDEK, leave it to Chris to be in New York when he messes up the Timberland boots.
UOENO, right?
Is
that supposed to be like you don't even know?
Oh, you don't even.
UOENO?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
To mess up the Timberland boots. I did. I believe I got size 12 female Timberland boots. That's what I believe I got. From at BBGREGS380, enough with the costumes, you're 40-year-old men. You know what? Enough with the spelling mistakes. It's YOURE, you absolute asshole. So if you're going to crush me for being too old to wear a costume, then you're too old to be misspelling your versus your.
Good point. And also, what the fuck is this? What do we got to age at the rate you deem acceptable?
Yeah. Hey, dude, if every day I choose to come out fully clothed, I'm wearing a costume.
There you go.
So
yeah, every day I
stupid.
smile, I'm wearing a costume.
Exactly. At 8 notes, Jesus Christ, Vito, put the phone number on the screen when Chris is saying it. Like, what the fuck? I'm retarded and I'm a better podcast producer than 95% of them. Is he wrong, Vito? Tell me he wrong.
I mean, I'm not going to put the number up every single time you say it, but yes, we put the fucking number up on the screen. And I think he meant the number for you because you said, Vito, put the number up on the screen for me. And you know what? Sometimes we look at fucking videos and I can't have the number up when we're looking at a fucking video. I like calling people cowards.
Yeah,
Say,
call him
"You
a
fucking
coward. I like coward. You're a coward. You're a coward.
Fucking coward.
We gotta also get cameras on you guys, right? Should we do that?
Yeah, let's get a
Because I
GoPro.
like kind of like a live look at the producer's table.
Totally.
I have the spare camera that you can bring.
Do you know where it is?
I don't know. You sent me a picture of a spare camera. You said, "Should I keep this?" And I said, "Yeah, that's a good thing to keep."
Because you know what happened, dude? I cleaned
That
out.
was 3 apartments
Dude,
ago,
I
dude.
cleared out my garage. I cleared out my garage yesterday, and there was a box of all equipment from the studio, and I was just so mad that I threw it in the back of the 1-800 junk truck.
Why wouldn't you call me?
Oh my god!
Oh, God.
dude. Just $6,000 worth of equipment.
Has hold on. Let's see. Let's hold on. Oh, she's in training. Fuck.
You make it sound like a military.
Yeah.
operative.
All right, here we go. Is this the last one?
We have a lot.
All right, let's do one more. This is from @BradMaverick because we'll save some for next week. This is @BradMaverick. You know how many times I've heard late 30s tools talk about stopping trying to gain muscle and working more and feeling good? Stop being a pussy, blast test every day, get jacked and tan, wear a MAGA hat, and fulfill your destiny. That's Brad Maverick, but we really know that's Tank Sinatra.
I also, here's the thing, dude. I agree.
I do agree with you.
I am a pussy. I am sick and tired of this stretching bullshit. I am ready to just jam TRT in my dick hole. But I got to get my wife pregnant first. So just as soon as that happens, I am going full spike.
Okay, here we go. From @NickG1743. How have John and Vito made it this far in life? Well, I'll tell you what. John is not going to make it much further with this Ecuadorian girlfriend.
No.
So he's almost done. Vito, dude, there's got to be a secret to just having like a baby's mouth.
Yeah. Do you think that somehow that is kind of keeping you young?
Yeah, I mean, I think it keeps me young at heart, young in spirit, right?
How haven't they fallen out though? Because aren't baby teeth inherently, don't they not have deep roots?
So this is the thing, dude. I have the adult teeth up here.
Yeah.
They're up here. And I don't know if there's a better term for teeth than adult teeth. But my adult teeth are up here. What happened was wisdom teeth came in so slightly askew
that
they blocked them from coming down.
I see.
So they're just being held in just by fucking pure force and ignorance.
That's
Pure force and ignorance.
I like that.
Well, maybe if we go to patreon.com/ChristyComedy, if we can get the Patreon back up to over $10,000 a month, we will pay for Vito's tooth surgery.
Why don't we actually pull it on the show?
Yes. If we can get the Patreon up to a respectable number.
Yeah. We'll pull like Charlie Kelly and Always Sunny. We'll just grab a wrench and pull them.
All right, let's hear a voicemail. Again, 347-323-3321. We like to listen to one voicemail a show. If you have advice, parenting advice, anything we've asked in past episodes, you want to talk about anything, we're here to listen, but we really like specific parenting life advice because that's the part that Mike or I are in. But wherever you want.
Chris and I talk about looking for new things to do with our kids all the time. Just how I wrote that makes it sound like we're one happy family together. And honestly, a lot of our parenting is done in lockstep, but these are all happening separately, simultaneously in different households. But we're always looking for new things to do, new ways to connect with our kids. And honestly, KiWiCo is the answer. Look no further. KiWiCo delivers fun learning for kids of all ages through hands-on projects and activities. Just all the normal stuff typically burns out. You know what I mean? How many puzzles can you do? How many just drawing of a certain thing? My information, my wealth of knowledge runs dry pretty quickly. And with KiWiCo, each month the kids receive a crate of engaging hands-on activities designed to introduce them to the world of science and technology. And to be perfectly fair, it's also introducing me to the world of science and technology. I'm looking at my kid like, oh, you didn't know that? You hook 2 things to a potato and a light can go on? I mean, welcome to the world, sonny boy. And I'm like, holy cow, this is unbelievable. So honestly, it's a learning experience for both of us. My son loves it. We've built volcanoes. We've done all these kinds of experiments, and he's had fun each and every time. And honestly, even if he didn't like it, boom, next month he gets a brand new crate of things, and you can customize them each and every time to whatever you're interested in. So with that in mind, do your kids a favor, do yourself a favor, give yourself something to do indoors that doesn't require a screen. Go to KiWiCo.com, promo code CHAOS, and you will get 50% off of your first month. Can't recommend this enough. It is an amazing tool to have and connective device to have with your children. Again, KiWiCo.com, promo code CHAOS. What's up, listeners of Chaos? Sorry for my wallpaper. I think it's rock musicians, but it kind of looks like a shrine to Hasidics. Field of Greens is the healthiest thing I do in my entire life. Really is. Literally 1 scoop a day, tastes amazing, and I'm transformed into the beacon of health that you see before you. Way more energy throughout the day. That's imperative for a guy like me. I got a 4-year-old son. I am in a fist fight in every room I enter throughout my home, so I have to be jacked to the gills ready to take him on physically. I sleep better at night, which again gives me the rest necessary to fight my son every single day. Healthier hair and skin. Couldn't do much for the color, but look at how thick and luscious it is. My skin is Irish, so this is just the best it could possibly get, and I owe it all to Field of Greens. It helps with digestion, better and healthier overall. Look at me. I mean, don't I look good for 75? Each organic fruit and vegetable was medically chosen to support heart, and vital organ health. Medically chosen. Unbelievable. It's like the IVF of produce. The best part is, guys, Field of Greens, they know for a fact that you're going to love their product, and I know it as well, to the point where they are offering a 100% money-back guarantee. They know you're going to love it. They know you're going to feel better. They know it's going to drastically improve your life and health and just overall feeling and vibe throughout the day, which I don't know about you. I am looking to do that. And this is what we're offering on the Chaos program. 15% off your first order. Man, I wish I could say something without stumbling once. 15% off your first order plus free rush shipping. That's right. Have you ever felt just, if I don't get healthy right now, I'm never going to take the proper steps? Well, this immediately answers that call, because boom, rush shipping. Fieldofgreens.com, promo code CHAOS. That's promo code CHAOS at fieldofgreens.com, promo code CHAOS. Thank you.
Chris, I need advice. This is on parenting your parents. My mom is being fully catfished by somebody pretending to be Jeremy Renner online, and she is completely delusional and thinks it's real. So any advice on how to convince her that he's not, and or get in contact with Jeremy so that he can personally reach out to her, please let me know. Anyway, love the pod.
Okay, first of all, I really appreciate the phone call. Thank you very much. I think it actually could be Jeremy Renner.
I mean, he did probably suffer some head shit after getting run over by a snowplow.
100%.
He had all that time in the hospital.
Yeah, maybe he really is. Also, I really do appreciate this call. Thank you so much. What'd you say your name was? Say your name?
She did not say her name.
She didn't say him. You have a lovely voice. I do appreciate the call, but the fact that you think I have any way to get to Jeremy Renner is insane.
That's great.
They wouldn't even let me. Dude, I was on the Jimmy Kimmel show sharing a green room with Natalie Portman, and her security wouldn't let me get within 10 feet of her.
No
I was on
kidding.
the same show, and they were like, step away.
Wow.
So they're not going to let me anywhere near Jeremy Renner or any other type of Marvel action hero. But I would say, my honest advice to you is, listen, it's your mom. I don't know what she's been through in her life. I don't know where she's at. Let the lady believe it's Jeremy Renner.
Sure.
What's the harm in that?
As long as
Truly, what's the harm?
The money. Like, as long as Jeremy
Yes.
Renner isn't asking her for money, then I think that's perfectly fine, harmless, all that shit. I would probably try to pay for a cameo from Jeremy Renner to then be like, hey, dude, can you say that you don't have this account to my mom? And be like, nice to meet you. This is our first time talking. I'm sure you're a lovely lady, but we've had no prior relationship.
That's
to this.
actually a great idea.
Yeah.
Is have Jeremy. That's the advice. That is the advice. Mike just gave it to you. Have Jeremy Renner get him on Cameo, tell him the story, and just have him read it and give it to the mom.
Yeah.
Or Jeremy Renner might see that and be like, "Oh, I'm fucked. They're finding out my romance with this lady's mom."
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Hawkeye or whatever his name is on Cameo, but that would be sick.
He might be. So also, or you could just have one of these in person. We can have somebody who's like a good impressionist.
Wait, we can just get, if we get somebody just dressed as Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Who's a good impressionist?
Or just be like, who's
No, you don't even
Cowie
need an
taking?
impressionist. You just get somebody in a fucking Hawkeye costume to just show
do
up.
it. Oh, you know who's great at voices? Andrew Santino. We'll get Andrew Santino play Jeremy Renner. We'll pay him a little bit, and we'll get Andrew Santino do. We'll give him a fucking hot dog from Portillo's. That Chicago fuck. And so parent of the week. So we're gonna get to this story.
Do you have your quote?
What was that?
Do you have your quote?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, I do. My quote is from Winston Churchill. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts.
I was actually going to quote Chris's humility and humanity definition.
Yes. How great was that fucking thing that I just wrote, that I read?
Should have sent it.
Dude. Yeah.
Send it now.
You still can.
I'll send it. Well, when they respond, I'll
Send
send
it with the invoice for the tickets.
Yes. Yeah, because these things,
That actually, you should send that with the invoice. Once the payment is done and whatever, and just send that with the, they're not going to pay
I'm
it.
going to ask the Italian woman, what was the market price for the tickets? What was the actual, what would they would have had to pay?
Yeah.
Because I gave them 4.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Did you say what's up?
And they came to the after party.
So that's VIP
Remember that
tickets.
after party? They were there.
God
So that's
damn it.
VIP tickets. That's even a step
Yes.
above.
So we might be in the 1,000. We're over 1,000.
You're over
for 4
1,000.
people?
Yeah.
4
100%.
people plus the after
Did you
party.
take a picture with them or anything?
That's $3,000.
Sounds like a
don't
fucking
know.
meet and greet.
Yes. Those little scummy wummies. Okay. So it's interesting that this parent of the week that we're going to get to is comes at a wild time because it's very similar. So I have a friend who's a real estate agent, and he texted us. He goes, listen, there's a house that's about to come onto the market. He goes, the only problem is a couple of days ago, the guy who was selling it died. And when the police went in there, they found him mid-jerking off with the porno on for the last 2 days. He was covered in Vaseline and cigarettes everywhere. And he sent that to the group. And then I was like, there's no way that Jasmine is going to go for this. And then she wrote back, what kind of porn was he watching? And then he said, Asian porn. She was like, that's fine. Let's see it.
Nice.
And she was like, do you think we can get a deal because we know that there was a dead body in there? He was like, absolutely. And she was like, the appointment's for next Tuesday.
A nice little blacklight discount.
So that brings me to this parent of the week. This is from Matthew McConaughey on the Howard Stern show, who is, legendary radio icon Howard Stern with Matthew McConaughey. I sat in that seat myself. I wish that I would going in after Matthew McConaughey so I could sniff it.
He always looks like he's coming off the set of a Western. Like, no matter what, like, he's always perfectly bronzed.
He seems really, really cool.
Yes.
Matthew McConaughey. So this parent of the week is from James Donald McConaughey, Matthew McConaughey's father of the famous actor Matthew McConaughey, lived in Louisiana where he ran an oil pipe supply business, married the same woman 3 times, divorcing her twice.
I mean, is there anything more relatable than that?
The opposite of Richard Jefferson.
The opposite of Richard Jefferson. He's married the same woman 3 times, divorcing her twice. He famously told Matthew that he would die making love to his mother. Your mother, not his own mother. To Matthew McConaughey's mother. As fate would have it, Jim McConaughey suffered a heart attack at 6:30 a.m. on a Monday morning during intercourse with his wife, Matthew McConaughey's mother. Let's hear it. I literally was so funny. The day I did Howard Stern, we could keep this in, it was just because I felt like such an idiot. The day I did Howard Stern, I saw my good friends, Sam Roberts from the Jim and Sam show. You were there, Sam and his whole staff. And then the producer, Gary Baba Booey, came and saw me in the hallway. He was like, all right, Chris, come on. I was booked to do Howard. And I said to Sam and those guys, was like, sorry, got called to the big leagues. I thought I was going to get a big laugh, and nobody laughed. They just furiously looked at me, and then I walked in like an asshole.
Chris just slunk away while they all stood there. And I was laughing, and then Chris texted me just like, was that bad? Should I apologize?
What a dick. All right, here we go. So on Instagram, it's doable, right? Or same thing, get copyright. Copyright. Here we go. By the way, I can't tell if Howard Stern is in studio or not in studio.
Yeah.
That's the point.
It's so seamless. He was in studio for me.
I'm going to go out, probably banging your mom.
He said, boys, when I go, I'm going to be making love to your mother.
And he did.
He called a shot.
He did do it, didn't he?
6:30 a.m. on a Monday morning.
Do you believe there's something cosmic about that? Like, your dad knew how he was going to die, and he actually did it.
And he did it.
Did he have a heart attack?
Had
banging your
a
mom?
heart fibrillation, yeah.
And then your mom said, I want my man to be carried out of here nude. Because I want them to see the gift that was Jim McConaughey. Which, I mean, he must have had a big cock, right? I mean, is that what she was talking about?
Yeah, the paramedic.
Yeah.
And all the neighbors are out in the street. He's going out the garage down. So, what's the sensible thing to do at 7 a.m. covering?
Right.
My mom's out there, half naked, ripping the sheet off him. Get that sheet off of him. You're going to see how big Jim went out.
I hope he had a boner at that point.
I do, too.
Your dad always
Yeah,
said,
dude.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
go-
that's a story, too, that I fully believe.
Yeah, of course.
I fully believe. That's an amazing story. I mean, dude, married the same woman 3 times, divorced her twice.
Do you think he got to come?
I don't know. Well, because I asked the real estate agent, I said, did the guy finish?
Yeah.
And he said the police report couldn't tell because he was covered in Vaseline.
Yeah.
And it was there for 2 days.
And also, I doubt he did, right? Because if he was still hard and mid-stroke, then it must have been like an aneurysm, like just an instant lightning bolt to the top of his head.
That is the best way to go out, though. I mean, what's better than that? Why do we have Woody Harrelson up here?
Have you heard about how him and Matthew McConaughey might be brothers?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, his dad seems like a nut. I love his dad.
Coxman.
Yeah, Coxman.
So Woody Harrelson's father was on furlough at the same time that McConaughey's parents were undergoing their second divorce. And I believe the mom said that she had a relationship with McConaughey's dad.
With
So why don't they
Harrelson's
do?
dad.
Are they going to do a DNA test? Would they do it?
They said we want to go into a DNA test, but it's a much more big deal because for Woody it means like his whole life would be changed if he finds this information out.
Right. So Matthew doesn't really care.
Matthew doesn't care, but he's like it's tougher for Woody because
he would do it, dude. Just get Woody fucking plastered and have him do it.
Yeah, and not to mention, it doesn't change the fact that guy still was his dad.
Yeah.
It just changes who came inside your mom.
And then he would be a 2-time parent of the week because I mean that would be just fucking wild.
Yeah.
Yes. Which is a rare honor.
Is that a way that you would like if you had an erection being carted out nude, would you like people to see it? I guess that's kind of the only time for people to see your dick.
Yeah. I would, yes. I would like them to see it. I would like them to see if I was going to, the most comfortable I'd be showing my erect penis is when I'm dead. I want them to see my dead dick.
Yeah, so you're not around for the feedback.
But I've always heard that my penis is very acceptable.
Yeah. Well, I've heard a lot that I have a perfect penis, which means it's small.
Right. Yeah.
That's always it's perfect. You're like, God damn it. That's
it's
not
like
big.
when somebody asks about a fellow comic, like, how's their comedy? You say he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
That'd be like if they say, no, he has a nice penis.
Yeah, that
means like
I have
it's
a
not
nice
good.
guy dick. Good
All
tongue.
right. Dude, how did you think the first day was? Riain spelled, what is it? Riretard?
Riain.
That was great. That was a good time.
Yeah. Oh, good, dude. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate
Did Chris's anger scare you?
Terrified me.
All right.
Dude.
White rage.
All right, babe. I gotta pee. What's this?
It was just it's not for anybody except for you guys, but in Joe Dirt, the scene where that's a scene in Joe Dirt where Christopher Walken, they think he's dead, but he's really still alive, and his boner is just like
Never seen Joe Dirt.
Really?
No.
I guess
Brittany
you missed the
Daniel.
Oscars that year.
Did he win? No. Oh. All right. Later.
Did he win?
Feels like to be Tom Segura.